Alright, so this is going to be a video on the Dire Maul East farm for Warlocks. It's going to be kind of short. The first three bosses, I don't do the last boss because I do not have mining, and if you do not have mining, I'm not sure if the last boss has the same amount of value. Um, yeah, so it's pretty easy. So you jump down, dodge this little thing. It's there a lot. Alright, watch out for this pat. Um, I go this way because there's Dreamfoil spawns over here. Sometimes there's a Grom's Blood spawn over here. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna wait for it to go by again. Uh, I want to do a quick shout out to my guild, all my officers, all the boys I hang out with, pretty much every day in here. You guys have invested a lot in me lately, and I really appreciate it. All right, so after we get past them, sometimes there'll be more herb spawns around here. Aim for this little pillar, broken pillar. Go to the left of it. Always check under this tree because there will be a dusty tome under here sometimes. When you're coming through here, make sure you check to your right because this pat right here, I believe, is this one. They do pat all the way to this wall. So if you don't time it correctly, you will run into them and they will destroy you. Yeah. Through here, there's an invisible guy. You can see him from a mile away, so it's not too difficult. He pats from this little branch all the way through this tunnel and out. Um, Sometimes if you get lucky timing, you won't see him. This guy in the corner is like a random spawn. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. But if he is here, uh, just dot him up, drain him, drain him, drain him, and he will die. I'll show you guys a little trick if you're having an issue with these guys in a second. Because I know some people might not be as geared, and things will be a little more difficult for everyone, you know. But it's definitely nice to try to get a soul shard off these guys if you have the opportunity. Um, it's just nice to have an extra one. Yeah, when you're new to this, it's definitely worth making a health stone because there's some little tricky things that'll happen here and there that'll throw you off. And it's just nice to have some sort of recovery, even if it's just a little bit. All right, so before we go in here, we're gonna want to get max HP, max mana. We're not gonna kill the first boss yet. We're gonna wait till he's on kind of where he is right now, but going the opposite way. We're gonna scoot right past him. All right, so they go over there, cut right around here, this little path thing right here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna enslave this guy, and he's gonna have two spells. One's fireball, and one is a like rain of fire. And we're going to want to cancel the fireball cast from auto casting as fast as you can and cast a rain of fire on all these imps. And what I also like to do is when I enslave this guy, I like to already pre-cast a second enslave just in case it's resisted. Because if it does resist and all these imps get on you, it's pretty much game over and you're going to have to restart. So we start the precast, didn't get resisted, so we cancel the fireball, cast the Ring of Fire, and we're just going to tab target and Corruption Curse of Agony on all of these imps. Kind of watch the timer on the Rain of Fire, because sometimes you won't auto recast it, and you can kind of do it yourself. If you want, you can drain soul on these imps and get some shards. It's definitely worth it. And sometimes this guy will die, sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll have 2 HP like this. You can just dismiss him wand him or dismiss him and death coil him or just kill him regularly, however you want it. He does drop Fellcloth. All of these guys drop Fellcloth. Major healing potions, a little bit of silver, and rune cloth. And it definitely adds up because you can kill so many in a short period of time. The next pull is going to be pretty much the same exact thing. It's going to be this side right here. We're going to do the same thing with Hydrospawn, wait for him to get to this far side, and then we're going to kind of run in the pool in this little corner and do the same rotation with Enslave, and do the same thing. Alright. Might be kind of scary hopping in, but his aggro radius actually is kind of small. So do the precast on Enslave in case it gets resisted. It didn't. Cancel the auto cast. And cast Rain of Fire. I actually did that fast and I might have missed a couple of them. But we'll be alright. So just tab target, dot. And then if it dies early, definitely start draining life. Try to drain life instead of drain soul, because their damage will start stacking up a little bit, especially if you're not quite as geared. Alright, so now Hydrospawn. Want to get full health, full mana. While I'm doing this, the spec also that I'm using is the SM DS spec, which gives you the, I don't know if I showed it at the beginning, but I sacrificed the Voidwalker. That's where I'm getting this 118 health every 4 seconds from. It definitely makes it 10 times easier. You can still do this as SM Ruin, but this spec makes it a lot easier. And also, I didn't see many people in the other guides using this, but I also use Fell Concentration. It definitely helps with the imps. Like, if the guy you're enslaving dies too fast when all the imps are on you, it can cause an issue if you don't have that. Alright, so Hydrospawn. Wait till he's on the far side, kinda, and start off with a Shadow Bolt into a Curse of Doom. Let him get on the ledge, and then hop down. Alright, so what he's going to do is the pathing, if you're in the pool. Whoa, that was weird. That doesn't happen often. If you're in the pool, his pathing is he has to go all the way around back into the pool. But if you're out of the pool, he can hop over. So what you really want to do is you want to keep him on this right side, because then you have the most control over him. Because he can go from the pool onto the ledge, but he cannot go from the ledge back into the pool. So what you want to really do is keep him on that right side of the pool, on the ledge side, because then you have the most control over him. Because once he's in the pool, he can hop right up, and then he'll be in your face in 2 seconds. But I'll kind of show you, if he does get in the pool, like, watch, you'll see him, he kind of goes down a little into the pool. You want to pull him as far right as you can, and then hop in, and then he'll have to go all the way back around. Constantly LOS, whenever he's doing his little knock around thing. You can use this pillar right here. So the best way to do it is kind of just like this. If you want to play it the safest way possible, never have to LOS, is just use your instant dots, and you can kind of just stick over here. At 50% HP, he summons these guys, these Hydrolings, and all you need is 1 corruption to kill them both, or 1 corruption each kills them. So it's, once you get it down, it's pretty easy. And you can also, once you kind of get the rhythm of it, of how to up and down, and you can kind of control. You can kind of practice. Just stay behind the pillar, and you can kind of practice it, and you'll get better. You can throw in immolates and whatnot, just to make the fight go a little faster. Like obviously, I'm not going full speed right now, but it definitely makes it a little quicker if you can try to keep immolate up. So you just LOS that, super basic. He starts going slow at like 15% or something. And you can get a shard off him if you want. Pretty easy. It's kind of just using pathing to your advantage. And that's all it takes for that fight. Next guy we're going to do is going to be up this path. So sometimes right here, there'll be an invisible guy spawned like right around here. Sometimes he'll be there, sometimes he won't. So try to like kind of get max HP and mana before you start making this little walk, or else you can kind of screw yourself over and you'll run out of mana before you can kill this guy. If there is one, you can also enslave him, because there's another one inside this tunnel we're about to go in, and you can kind of have them fight each other and do most of the work for you. But I'll show you the trick if you're having issues soloing these guys. It's not really a trick, it's kind of just a game mechanic. Come through here, he's going to be in this tunnel somewhere. Alright, he's right there. So I usually start off with a Shadow Bolt, Immolate, Dots. And what you can do with this guy is you can fear him. Like if he's like beating you up super hard, you can fear him, but you also have to have Curse of Recklessness. This is Curse of Recklessness right here on your bars. And you can kind of control him, like how far he can go. See how he's feared right now? Curse of Recklessness. There goes and now he's coming right back at me. Now I can Curse of Agony him, and he's feared again. And you can Curse of Recklessness, and boom, now he's back. And Curse of Agony, now he's feared again. You can kind of control him that way. It makes it a lot easier if your gear's not as good and this guy's absolutely beating you up, or you're having mana issues. It's nice to get a shard from him, like I said before. And that's all it is. Alright, on to the next pull. It's going to be another one of those imp pulls. This guy right here. So we'll get full health, full mana. And, yeah. But it's definitely very important that you cancel the fireball cast as fast as you can. Because if you let him get 2 fireball casts off, he's going to get really beat up before um, before all these imps die. He'll die, and then all the imps will be on you. And like I said, if you don't have that like improved drain interruption, they can beat you up pretty hard, because they can flag you or something for like 400 damage, which stacks up if there's like 5 of them doing it to you. And of course, if they kill him, you can't loot it, so that's the only downside. But I mean, it's not too big of a deal. So up here, there's herb spawns, ghost mushroom, and sometimes there will be a dusty tome up here as well. Alright, so for this boss, what we do is kind of the same exact rotation. Start off with a Shadow Bolt into a Curse of Doom, Corruption, Siphon Life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off this ledge directly behind me, and run to the same exact spot and almost do the same exact thing, pretty much. The only difference between him and Hydrospawn is that this guy has a cast that does a sacrifice, which will put you on this pedestal right here, and it'll do 300 damage per second or damage every 2 seconds, and that damage will also heal him. But you can line of sight it. The only issue is the cast time is a lot shorter than Hydrospawn's cast, so it's better to, hug that pillar a little harder. Alright, so here we go. So what he's going to do is he's going to path all the way down that path from this tunnel and come out of here. So we don't even have to worry about him right now. We just run up here and just get in position. And like I said before, you want to keep him on the right side. That is something that I can't stress enough. If you're just starting practicing this or getting this down, it is a lot easier for you to understand the fight if you can learn to balance him over here and just bounce him back and forth. Because you really don't want to get sacrificed in this fight. You can literally just instant dot and stay behind this pillar pretty much the whole time if you want to. Of course you want to do more damage than I'm doing right now. Keep Curse of Doom. You can do 2 or 3 Curse of Dooms on this guy. It kind of depends on your damage. If you're using Immolates, it's definitely only 2. You can Immolate, but it's kind of risky. See how he does sacrifice right there? Like, I would practice with that. I wouldn't try to mix in the Immolates at first. I would wait until you kind of understand how to bounce them around before you start trying to put in cast times, because that sacrifice cast time is pretty short, and it'll make the fight longer unnecessarily, basically. The speed you're getting out of immolating him is really negligible, so I really wouldn't worry about it, especially at the beginning if you're just now learning this. So like I said, keep him on the right side and just bounce him back and forth. Sacrifice, line of sight, just instant dots. Yeah, and he also does that Shadow Word Pain spell. If he does get you with it, just Shadow Ward it, and it'll negate most, if not all, the damage. And you can also LOS that spell too. This is kind of the slowed down version. Normally I would, be casting Searing Pain and whatnot. But just for learning's sake, we'll do it that way. Alright, so after you kill him, if you didn't check when you went up there initially, always run back up and check for a Dusty Tome, just to see. I mean, you never know what it could be. So we run right back up. And this will probably take you a few runs to really understand the fundamentals of how to balance them on that kind of a glitch pathing sort of thing, to fully understand how to use it to your advantage. When I first started, it took me a few runs to really get it down. It takes a little bit, so don't get discouraged. It'll be alright. Alright, so for the last boss that we're going to do, go right down this path. Sometimes there's ghost mushrooms around here. There's going to be another invisible guy in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to enslave him, and we're going to keep him alive, because we're going to actually use him against the boss. Alright, so he's right here. Alright, so what I do here is, there's also a dusty tome up here somewhere. What I do here is right when this boss is about, like, on this left side, just about to start turning right, I press attack so he's at the farthest distance possible. And then I'll start running up, throw a Curse of Doom on the boss, and then on the imp, I'll just start killing, full dotting, everything, and start pulling it back to this kind of stairway sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stairway almost as a line of sight. Yeah, my thing's bugged out right now, but we'll be fine. It's showing the cast time like way shorter than it really is. I don't know what's up with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a quick Hellstone. Put another Curse of Doom on this guy. Oh, I can't do it. And just run back to the same exact spot. This guy will always like start casting a super long cast. So you can kind of like run in, get your extra dots on, and then use the edge of this wall as line of sight. And we just run back to the same spot. Make sure you don't aggro those. So I normally run to this side of the pillar first. Sorry. And then run right over here. And it starts the same exact thing back up again. And we kind of just bounce them around the same exact way we did before. Start casting, line of sight. And that's all there is to it. So, like I said before, just dusty tome up there, so if you didn't look and check, just run up there and check, see if there's one there. And there's also, sometimes there's some spawn, herb spawns you can get to in that room without aggroing anything. And it's pretty easy. I don't know why my enemy cast bar is like bugging out right now, but this guy also drops loot. Sometimes he'll drop a blue. I forget exactly what it is. Some sort of Warlock imp buff thing. And I don't see any dusty tomes, but that guy also drops the Librams, which will sell for like, 10G-ish. And it's definitely worth it. Alright, so that's it for the first 3 bosses. DM East. See you later.